Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finale episode of our friend Daryl, of our first chapter of Sagas of Anima, our collaboratively built Daggerheart setting, and we are playing our first campaign in. Yay! It's going to be great. Before we begin, a couple real quick announcements. First off, if you are just tuning in for the first time and wonder what's gone on this whole campaign, how did this start? What is this world about? You can check out all of the previous episodes, including our first founder stream, which is where we built the majority of this setting, all on YouTube, which we are on live with right now, by the way. Hi, YouTube. If you would like to see the story from the beginning, then go to youtube.com/CritHitChronicles to check out all the previous episodes so you can understand what nightmares await our players. That honestly, I don't have a ton of disclaimers. I'm going to toss it to our wonderful cast to introduce themselves. We're going to start with LB.
That's me. I am the Nightmare of the Moor. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be playing Mare, aka Metu, aka the Nightmare of the Moor. I am a Qatari witch, underborn, and I am not only just a little guy, but I am an avatar of fear. Danny.
That's me. Hey, everybody. I'm Danny. I go by CGNB Online, and I've been playing Kynell, our lovely Woodkin druid, who, man, who knows what feelings are? He kind of does. It's fine. We'll see what happens. Can't wait to see what happens tonight. Kuja said we're going to die. Daniel.
Hey, that's me. I'm Daniel K. Hargrove, also known as Daniel the DM, and I play Brim Dumont, the mixed ancestry sorcerer of the group. And I'm excited to be here, rolling some dice and doing some fire devil magic stuff. It's a good time for the whole family to watch. Pass it on over.
It's a sentence that kept going.
Hello, I'm Daryl. I play Stax, your wild-born Aetherius brawler, specifically Juggernaut, who, much like Mare, is the embodiment of fear. I am the embodiment of passion in all that entails. And also, thank you, Kuja, for having me. Don't kill me. Or do. It's for the
I make no promises.
Give
me a second. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Breaking news. Cujo interrupts black players. I'm joking. Nobody clipped that.
I'm just adding HP to all monsters tonight. It's gonna be great.
Only when it's my turn.
yeah. When it's your turn, every difficulty is 30. It's gonna be great. Let me just make sure. Okay. And I am Cujo. I'll be playing everything else tonight. So, from the start of this adventure, our heroes knew that they were destined for something. Armed with a shard of the divine hammer, the very tool that brought about creation itself, they knew they had to travel northward. And it is here near the frozen line, after surviving the attack on Billow Bay, after doing away with the nothing that attacked them in Thesa, after the travel across the lake and now across the icy expanse south of the frozen line with the intent of meeting the frozen few and bringing this shard to what seems to be the collection of the rest of the hammer. It is here that our heroes heard something on the wind. You all are within, I'm going to say, about a mile of where you can see, nestled in the frozen mountains, a collection of stone towers, long since battered and beaten by the nature around. You see that the frozen few lay before you. But on the wind, you heard one word. Mine. As you turn and look behind you in the direction that you've come from, you see in the distance a singular individual, a traveler that looks to have been constantly moving without ever stopping, as they have been walking and walking and walking. This individual's body is haggard and tired. Their eyes are sunken in, but there is a fiendish green that you can see from this distance. I'm going to say it's at very far distance. A fiendish green stare coming from this individual. And you have encountered this once before in the Gestadir Swamp. The meeting which brought all of you together on this quest as a divine themselves appeared before you with a singular intent: to claim the shard as their own. You are about a mile from the frozen few. And as this individual stands at a very far distance, you can see that fatigue, that exhaustion that has set into their form now seems to turn to something like focus and eagerness, as it looks like they are about to start bounding towards you all. What do you do?
I think Brim sees that and as everyone goes, I think we may want to all start flying as fast as possible towards those towers.
You gotta catch a spell. Make us, or do you just mean run?
I think running is in our best interest. That's
Got it.
one adversary, but we don't know. Oh, okay.
No, I was going to say you turn around, Mare's gone. She's on four legs. She's on
Okay.
four limbs. She's like,
He's gonna cast a fly on himself.
Okay. For anybody who are casting spells to give yourself flight, go ahead and do so. I will ask Kynell. Kynell, you have a form that grants you flight. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna turn into a giant eagle. Realistically, he'd be like, Stacks, will you need a ride? And just snap into eagle form. Again, big flappy wings, probably knocks over some barrels or something. You said we're still on the boat, almost there, or we just stepped off?
You are now like fully in the winter wilderness,
Okay.
going towards that mountain range.
Yes, then knocking something over, whatever is sitting near us, hit a tree, some shit, and be like, Stacks, would you like a ride?
How big is the eagle?
It's listed as giant eagle. I don't have a scale, but I picked up Brim before.
I would say you are allowed to pick up one creature.
It does say I can carry 2 willing allies, so.
Stats
Just
eagle,
kidding.
just-
There's also the flying broom.
That is true.
So I also say during that moment, you watch as he goes, all right, here we go. Not having casted a spell in the longest period of time ever since he was a child. As everyone starts sprinting, he's like, all right, here we go. I rolled too short of my DC that I need to hit. I rolled a 13 with hope, and I needed a 15. So the spell doesn't, there's like little sparks that happen. Like, shite.
Brim, if you're having issues, I can carry you as well.
That'd be lovely.
Hop on. And you said Mare just took off. Mare's gone. All right, boys, let's head out. It's just, I think he's got Stacks by the shoulders with his feet, Brim on his back, and then just takes off through the forest. How elegant of you, Stacks.
I'm the king of the
I will
road.
say, as Kynel, as you immediately lift in to take off, with both Brim and Stax in tow, the moment of Brim trying to cast their flight caused just a momentary delay, enough for that individual to fully sprint. And just as you're about to take off, it leaps through the air to try to grab at Brim. They miss, and then they tumble back to the ground, but they do not sit on that. As you all continue forward, it is now going to look at the only one who is not airborne, which is Mare. Give it to me. Give it! As it's going to chase after you. I will say, in the interest of sprinting, I believe this is going to be an agility check. So give me an agility roll. I believe you're muted, my love.
That is a 13 with hope.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm not in the...
Okay.
There you go.
As you... yeah. As you are taking off as fast as you can, this individual is pushing past whatever constraints its mortal form has as it catches up to you very quickly. It has gained 2 levels of distance on you, so now it is within close range.
Okay, I'd like to do something.
Go for it. What you got?
I would like to cast Vicious Entangle on it.
Okay. Tell me about it.
All right, when you cast a roll, you use an action roll. Let me see. Let me just do that. Spell casting roll. It's a 7. Roots and vines reach out from the ground. It is chilly. The ground's pretty difficult.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that in defense of your role or in opposition to me?
Well, no, I'm saying yes. That's why it didn't work as well. I'm not used to being this far north, you know.
Got you. Okay. Then I will need you to make me another agility roll.
Hokey pokey.
Can
15
we
with
this?
fear.
Thank you for the fear. I will say before we get to the result, because I think I know where Daryl's going with this, the 3 of you, while airborne, can see Mare is trying their best to run through the snow, and
I'm all for it.
Greed is catching up very quickly.
First and foremost, I would like to roll an instinct roll while looking at Greed, so I want to use my ability Know Thy Enemy.
Okay.
It does not tell me what the difficulty is. It just says make an instinct roll against them.
Okay. I have the difficulty up here.
Cool. I doubt it's what I rolled.
With a 4, it's difficult to learn about greed right now, because not only is it in a different body, it is even more monstrous in its determination to come after you than before. It is being pushed beyond what limits it had when you first encountered greed. I will give you this. Could be because it's only been thinking about finding you all again, and it's been long enough of him stewing that there's nothing that he wouldn't do.
Well, that set of dice is in jail.
Okay.
Cool.
Do we fully lose Daniel? Nah.
He was in the little not visible section. Now that's gone. So,
And well, how high up are we, Kynell?
I imagine we're flying over the treetops. So Cujo, how high is that? How high is this
I would
forest?
say, I would say you're probably about, at this point, like 30, 40 feet up.
Yeah.
Because like you guys haven't fully like gone full airborne just yet,
Yeah.
but you're just starting that ascent. So I'd say at this point, after a couple action rolls, I'd say 30 or 40 feet up.
Yeah, I'd say probably Stacks. If we're low enough that your body is grazed, like you're inside the treetops. Canal did not think to pick you up higher. You're just kind of kunk, kunk, kunk.
That's fine. That's fine. He's got his feet, his knees to his chest. He got annoyed very quickly. Because it's been
real
a few
quick,
days.
Daryl, unmute yourself in Google Meets.
Daryl.
It's all good.
Oh,
It's
I
the
was
last person
one
who
in.
joins.
That's why.
Yep. There you go. You're good.
In the few days, this is retroactive thinking. Did we go back to keeping the shard in the bag, or does someone, because it was fairly sentient and showed that it could like assert itself even inside this dimensional plane it's in, or does somebody have it, or does Stack still have it in his bag? Because it's harder for other people to get to it.
As
Fuck
long
it.
as
If,
I think
if
as long
I
as it
still
didn't
have it,
complain
I give
about
it to Brim. I give it to Brim because I trust you. I give my entire bag, complete with my gold and my shirts, to you.
The shirts, you really do trust me.
My
All two possessions.
seeing there's a lot of shirts in there. There's a lot of. He found the one type of shirt that he likes and bought it all in a bunch of different colors. Brim, take this.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be right
I
down.
Let me go.
Are you sure?
Well, aim me for the asshole, but yeah.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah, I guess
Okay.
as soon as he told me to aim, I just do I have to roll to aim? You want me to just drop
Okay.
him? You want to think of that?
If I will say this will be Kynell's action roll,
Sure.
depending on how it resolves, will impact how well the placement is. Kynell, give me. I'm gonna call it an agility roll.
Okay. We can run with that.
And Brim, is there anything that you're doing as everything is happening and you're seeing Greed starting to catch up to Mare?
I would probably do an attack roll, but I don't want to risk taking up anyone's turn. I'll do it after everyone else does it.
Okay. Okay.
Is there any chance this will count as me trying to locate Greed so I get advantage on this roll?
I would
Say no, but just in case.
I would say no. You see him. He has
Yeah.
been located.
That is a 14 with hope.
Okay. With a 14, you let go of Stax and think that you've angled him enough. Stax, I would like for you to make me an agility roll, but you're going to take a -1.
All right.
Sorry, he was heavier than I thought.
All right, that's okay.
Muscle usually is.
I don't know what that is.
That's in that -1 lessened a really cool moment because I busted doubles on 2 12s, but with -1.
Still
I
busting
mean,
doubles.
still a crit.
That
so.
still
busted.
counts.
Yeah.
And that, oh, Jesus.
Bust the double.
Okay.
Little killer instinct, everyone at home, huh? Play fighting games.
Do it. Okay. Daryl, I would like for you to roll damage as if you were hitting the shit out of a creature. And by roll damage, I mean treat it as an ultra crit, in that tell me the max damage you can do on one strike, and we're just gonna
Okay.
flat out double that shit.
Right, yeah, because he's in this case he wouldn't have the wherewithal to do any other thing. So the max damage he can do is 48 damage.
So was that
For a single
96? 96 total?
Yes. And then roll it.
Okay. Nope. When you when you roll 2 12s, that is an ultra crit, meaning there's no rolling. You just do double your max damage. So that's 96 points of damage to
Got it.
Greed.
Okay.
96 damage. Nice.
Yep. All right. That is definitely massive. So that is going to be 4 HP marked.
Have you ever seen? Has anyone here watched Hunter x Hunter?
Mhm.
The assassin father that just after the grandfather's just like, you really shouldn't stand there, and then the dad comes in. That's what happens.
Okay. Just as, Mare, as you turn to see Greed like leap into the air, you watch in slow motion as coming from above you, Stax' fist right out of the air, and you watch as Greed like fully flips from the force and slams into a collection of hard rocks immediately to your left. You have bought yourself a moment of reprieve. Do you continue to run, or do you fight? I will tell you, this is a divine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna keep running. I was
Okay.
afraid. A little afraid.
All right. So
And I take off running with Mare.
okay. All right. I will say that is 100% going to buy you guys the time. Yes, Teddy. We know it's great.
Get out of there, guys! Run! Thank you, Teddy. We're trying.
They're rooting for us.
It's fine, Teddy. It's a dog.
Turn around and
I'm
fight.
going to say, because you got an ultra crit, and I believe that crits are the best way to end an encounter, I'm going to say that at least in terms of you guys escaping Greed to get to the frozen few, you guys are going to do that. Mechanically speaking, the chase is done, but Greed eventually, as you start taking off again, and just continues sprinting after you. It's at this point, as you guys start moving into the mountain range itself, you hear and feel something. This strange note that makes all of the loose stones and snow on these mountaintops shift and tremble as you all come to the entrance to the frozen few. Very much similar to Helm's Deep. It is a large castle structure with 2 heavy iron gates that before you even make it up to the trail to then make it to those gates, they are already opening them. And that note slowly calms. As these gates open, you see a collection of individuals in various pieces of armor and equipment immediately run out, weapons drawn, but they're not immediately looking at you. They're looking everywhere else until one of them approaches. The mountains sing, they herald your arrival. Yes, it is time. Please, quick, come this way before he finds you.
Hello. Okay.
We'll say that this is a Drakon, a dragon humanoid.
Yes, you must take us to your leader.
Oh, yeah, that is me. Please, welcome. Come quickly. They let you inside and quickly close those gates. And just as you see them start to close, you see that individual, the greatest possessed, is running. The gates close and you hear the large chains and the heavy iron rattles from the force of that blow. Good. All is as they had foreseen. Yes. You, the nightmare of the moor. You, the one with the infernal blood. You, the embodiment of passion, and you, the embodiment of nature. You have come. Yes, it was correct. And we knew it had one of those had to be correct. Yes, you've come. I trust you still have it. Yes.
Yes.
Good.
My wedding smile. Yeah.
Stacks, I believe he's referring to the shard.
Yes.
He just puts a hand
mountains
on Gainel's shoulder.
Excellent. I'm glad we're on the same page
Back
now.
around.
You seemed confused for a moment.
Please, right this way. Now that you are inside, that one will eventually be dealt with, but for the moment you are safe. Please, come. There's much to discuss. And they lead you into the most bare bones stronghold that if any of you have visited military checkpoints or keeps or what have you, this is the majority of which is empty, save for a few racks of weapons, a few bunks, what look like some rations that have either long since expired or it looks like they're having to live off of the frozen mountain life around them. They do eventually lead you into what looks like a great hall, or what was once a great hall, a room with sconces, but the torches aren't lit. It's lit from the windows that allow the blinding white snow expanse to come inside. They lead you to a table which is filled with all sorts of loose pages and journals and portraits and paintings and the scrawlings of those who have stayed here. And they say, yes, now that you're here, we can begin. Have you've read I apologize. Many thoughts and ideas flood our minds
Please.
consistently.
Take a moment and catch your breath. It seems like you have much to explain and you don't have your thoughts in order. We don't have much time with Greed behind us, so I'd like you to get whatever you need out of your chest.
The other
Yes.
pieces talk to you.
Oh, they communicate. Yes. Not in language, in dreams and visions. We are visited by possibilities, alternate lives, alternate existences that have been introduced to us. But there is one that we have been revisited by many times, and it was your arrival. The very sweat upon your brow, the urgency with which you have arrived, all of these things have been shown to us. And with you here now, you will forgive us, but we are all very, very excited for what comes next. You are to be, when you are prepared, pardon me, I just slapped the shit out of my microphone. You are all to be allowed to prepare for your journey into the mountains, where you will find what is of the hammer, and it is there that the piece shall be returned, and a beautiful step towards a beautiful future will be taken. So,
May I ask,
yes,
What does that future look like to you?
Oh,
It's so beautiful.
Oh. We are allowed to go home. We are allowed to leave here. The hammer would have enough to protect itself from and they don't finish the sentence. Their eyes, their expression shifts as they recall what it is that they are referring to. It will be given the protection it needs to protect itself and continue its work. We are allowed to return to the outside, to the warmth that you all have come from. And it's beautiful.
How many shards are left?
That is a question I cannot answer with a number. We see many visions, many individuals, each with a shard or a piece of their own in various obstacles and difficulties to make their way here. I don't believe I can answer that question with a number.
These visions, are they of the past or of future?
Pardon me, your connection went wonky. I believe that I understand what you said. See, this is the future warned me of this.
Is it of the past, or is he talking about she asked if it was the past or the future that he's seeing?
Some of these are from what I believe to be the past. I was much younger than when those had arrived. It was actually what began to gather in this mountain range, these pieces, this hammer, this collection started many centuries ago. But I also do believe that some of them may be of what comes next. It is a tapestry, a book that is revealed to us, but the chapters are out of order. It's difficult to understand why it is so scattered and difficult.
Cujo?
Well, if you knew everything, sorry.
What is this man afraid of right now?
Make me an instinct roll.
$25 with hope.
You use this extrasensory ability, and there is only one thing that this individual fears. And that is the possibility that these visions are not portents of the future. They are wishes of the hammer. That these were not written in fate, and therefore something else could happen. That is what this individual fears the most, above everything else.
Okay.
So, they communicate with you simply through dreams and possible calculations of the future, past and present. None of them actually just outright, I don't know, possess like a stray cat that's like nearby a winter fox and then just start talking to you. That's never happened.
No. But if you have a stray cat or a snow fox among your party, you should consider yourself fortunate. We have not had any pets or animals come near these mountains. We have had to venture far for our scratch of a living.
Okay. So how far?
I give him some of the ration, some of my portion of the rations.
Okay. How far is the Hammer's roasting place from here?
I apologize. That is another question I wish I could answer with a logical response, a finite amount of time and or distance. None of us have been able to venture too far without being lost in the tunnels in the mountains. I wish I could tell you, but we have been sworn to remain.
Sworn by the Hammer.
By the hammer, by our elders, by tradition, by our blood swearing the oath.
Do you at least have any maps of places you've charted thus far that could give us a little bit of guidance?
Yes, hold. And they start sifting through these dozens of pages and bits of parchment and scrolls until they pull 3 what look like portraits, but they're landscapes. One is a chamber, naturally. It's some sort of cave, and there are 7 different exits from wherever this individual was that they were painting. It's 7 different tunnels with light coming from within. This is one. And then they find another with a very large underground canyon with a very thin bridge to go from one side to the next. Unlike the natural formations that you'd see in the canyon itself, this is remarkably a smooth bridge with supports that are somehow keeping this standing no matter how much time has gone by. That, and then what was the last one? And then they are like trying to focus as they eventually pull a third. This is the closest we've ever gotten and returned. This is from one of our elders, when it was long since ostracized from our order. He said that this was the door, and you see a portrait of the walls of a cave that look like were supposed to eventually lead to some sort of natural tunnel, but instead there is a solid, smooth, almost metallic wall, almost like a blank area where there should be a walkway. I know not of what order or which you should go, and he's referring to that first portrait. But I know that if you find the bridge, it should lead you towards the door. I would caution you, though, if you enter into the tunnels, you won't be alone. The id are within those tunnels. And, what was it? Oh, and he quickly flips open a journal. When they, hold fast to what drives you. If you remember your heart, if you remember your determination, your resilience, if you remember your emotion, then you will be empowered against them. But they are dangerous enough on their own, even if you do. I suppose what it's trying to say is, don't lose hope. Do not lose your fear. Don't lose your passion or your hunger for knowledge or your desire to protect. Hold to those as strong as you can. Whatever you must do to reaffirm yourself of these, you must do if you are to survive the travel within.
And what is to happen if we were to let go of our hope or fear?
Then you would become one of the nothing. You would go through the true breaking, the ritual with which they create more. They rob an individual, they break them of the ability to feel, and then they introduce the id to them, and that individual is now host, and they become one of the nothing.
This is not something we have to worry about, but thank you for your caution.
I appreciate your patience. It was written that I should divulge that to you all. If you need time, I believe this is where I am to vacate the room so that you may deliberate and plan. And when you emerge, then we'll begin. And they sort of... Oh.
Sorry. Mare is going
Overrules.
to step with him for a second, and she's going to say to him, "It is very unlikely that your visions are nothing more than psychosis. Fear not." Although, it very well could be. You have been here for a very long time. How's your diet?
We feed on small game, whatever we can capture or kill in the range without going into the tunnels. It is distinctly lacking in very many vitamins and minerals, but protein.
You see, that is where the danger is. But I'm sure you're fine.
Pardon me. And they pull out a page. And they unfurl it and unfold it, and they hand it to you. And you read everything you just said. Pardon me. I was told to
Mate, you
provide
want
that
some of
to you.
these rations? Here. Take some.
Thank you. You just fed us for a week. Thank you.
Okay, I'm closing the door now. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Stay warm.
Okay, love you, bye.
All I wanted was a snack.
Did he say he loved us?
I think
That's
so.
been here a long time.
He is mad.
You get awfully lonely.
No, he seemed pretty calm to me. That was a joke. I needed a bit of levity. That was fucking intense. All right, so
I should be able to find the proper path.
Then why delay?
You are seemingly having a very riveting conversation with them.
I was trying to feed. It did not go as planned. I am sorry, Brim.
I am worried about the influence the shard has on the mind. And the extent in which it goes.
Within us?
Not necessarily, but when we come in contact with the hammer, it'll be much more powerful in influence than a single shard. Just something to consider.
It did drive my ancestor insane.
That I did. So, who's ready to find it?
Kynel,
Yes.
Do you know what a canary in a mine is?
Literally or metaphorically?
Both.
Yes and no, but could you clarify what you're referring to in this circumstance?
If the id are down there, then you must be our light, our canary. You must make sure that we are acting normal as we can.
Understand, I can keep you all in check and make sure nobody's acting out of ordinary.
If I
Please,
I think he thinks back to when he first casted Counterspell, and when he made flame that channeled nothingness in order to negate magic. I think he grabs the torch from his satchel. And if I can, I'd like to try to make a spellcast roll to create a torch that emanates the energy of nothing as a flame, to create like this barrier of feelinglessness that we could, if we stayed huddled in a bubble, could allow us to not be sensed.
Okay. Give me a spellcast roll.
But wait, Cujo. I'm gonna spin. I'm gonna spin a hope. On what the fuck am I gonna use this for? I think I'm going to use this. This directly has to deal with my magic, so I think I'm gonna attempt to get some mileage out of this subclass here, and use my elementalist to gain a +2.
I like it.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Dice, treat me nice. Dice, what the fuck? Let's see here. That is a 16 with fear. But okay. I will mark 2 stress to turn it into hope instead.
Okay. To try to replicate that feeling, to rob yourself of the emotion and act purely on instinct, to manifest that is quite difficult. You emanate that fire, and it appears visually similar, but there is this underlying fuel that is supplying this, and it is not quite that nothing feeling. That being said, I would say mechanically it's still going to help. Maybe not as much. Basically, you'd have to really maintain your concentration to keep it where it's at.
Cujo, as Kainel, who has felt the transition between feeling and not, is there a way to assist or do my own spellcasting roll to improve this flame so that it is exactly what Brim is trying to do?
Oh, that's good. You can spend your hope.
Okay.
And I would like for you to roll a d10 instead of a d6 as your help die, because that is quite literally first-hand experience that you are dropping into this.
Can I use an experience on this or no?
I would say no. This is just going to be a straight roll to add to the result.
That's going to be +7.
So So it's a 23 with hope.
Yeah, I think Kynel sees Brim making this fire and is like feeling its warmth, but like also the lack thereof. As he walks over, he's like, Brim, I believe I see what you're trying to do. And if you wouldn't mind, I think kind of puts his hands almost like the sides of his fingers are just beneath the flame, similar to when they were at the masquerade. And I think you see little sprouts of plants come up, almost like catching into the flame and making it just that little bit bigger.
Oh, that's a little better. And I think he hands you the torch.
Oh, why, thank you. I guess I am leading the way and making sure everyone is safe. I will hold on to this non-emotional flame.
Beautiful. Now let's see here. And I think in order to help guide the way, he is going to do what would be an instinct roll to navigate, but I think he'll use his Loreborn for well-read, the well-read feature, to gain advantage on a roll that involves history, culture, politics of a prominent person or place, and using those maps along with my arcane sense to sense the signatures of the shard, along with the maps of the tunnels that we've gotten, like start pacing out, okay, nothing, I don't sense anything here, nothing here, and start trying to use that to map our way, like a combination of all these features.
I like that. I like it a lot. Okay. When it comes time, I will have you make me an instinct roll. I'm going to say that's going to be with advantage because of the combination of things that you have at your disposal. Stax and Mare. Are there any preparations you two would need to make? And to Kynel too. I mean, Kynel helped with it.
As far as actual preparations, unless this counts as, are we doing like a downtime preparation, or is this like a?
I would say if you wanted to treat this as like a short rest, that's fine. You guys have the opportunity. Everything is, at least according to the individual you had spoken with earlier, is preordained. Whenever you decide to step out is when the story will continue.
Then since they're doing that, I would go to Mare because I want to prepare specifically for a possible battle with the id / the nothing. And that's the move I'm trying to make, is to prepare specifically for that. So I would go to Mare and say, so I have to hold on to my passion, you have to hold on to your want of fear. Is there anything that you could possibly think of that would somehow make you, how the fuck would that even work? Make you not want to feed on fear? That really is nightmarish to think about, actually.
What are you asking?
I want to make sure that you're okay when we go in there and something inevitably comes for you and I can't punch it away and you can't spell it away. I'm trying to cover all bases, including mentally. As foreign as that sounds coming out of my mouth.
I think that what they're not anticipating is that I not only feed on fear, but I thrive on it. And my biggest fear is losing that. So if these things do come for my fear, they are only feeding it.
God damn, you're fucking cool.
Yes.
No wonder never mind. So, what's that mean for me? kind of already. Actually, I don't want to think about that. I'll figure it out in a moment. That's more me anyway. So, greed almost got you, huh?
I did not.
Yeah. Stack's airdrop will do that to a person.
I have more in my bag of tricks than just vines.
There we go with the chivalry again. You just like tying people up, don't you?
Yes.
Well, my safe word is pineapple. I just made that up. And he whispers it. He's just like, I just made that up. Please cut it there. Cut it there.
You just see Mare's eyes in the mask and she just goes,
Pineapples are most certainly not made up. It's a very
You
real
didn't hear it. You didn't hear that.
I'm just having fun.
You six other bitch. There's a fuck.
I don't have
Suddenly,
anything-
there's like a random plant just extended out, and it's got an ear at the end. And kind of just listening in.
Sorry, Stacks. I hear everything.
Cujo, I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you, maybe.
So, what I did when we left and left the body in Thesa, how much fear am I siphoning from that?
Oh, a lot. A lot. You can feel it even this far north.
Mhm.
You can feel some traces of it from your travels. Pretty much within, I'd say, an hour of the ship having set sail, you felt the strongest uptick in the fear in your environment.
Yeah. I feel like with my connection, my skull, with my connection to Kofu, and him being so close, I feel like that is sort of how I'm getting that fed to me.
I like it. Kynel, anything for you?
I think is there still papers and other things scattered throughout this room?
Yes.
Okay. I think kind of was sorting through documents. I think when he saw homie going through all the portraits and stuff that he had, he's like, there must be more that he just immediately didn't grab or anything else that would be helpful, be that either to navigate or to get a grasp on what the feeling is for people moving towards this, be that like a journal or a diary entry or something to look over. I think he's looking for that.
Make me an instinct roll.
I can do that.
Good, you should.
I shall.
Good.
Instinct plus 3. What did you? Virginia 17 with fear.
Okay. With a 17 with fear, I will say you find discarded in this room, off in the corner where there's just a bunch more books and tomes and things, you find a somewhat more lucid journal belonging to what you presume to be an elder of this order, cult. You be the judge. Detailing that this was when they were still sending people into these tunnels. And the constant was that everybody came out ranting of things that didn't make sense, things that they were saying would come to be, things that they were saying was ancient history. And every time they did, it took a toll on the elder in charge because they felt like it was sending them to a fate worse than death. And eventually, as time went on, this particular elder ruled that those who are sworn to this order protect the entrance to the tunnels, but also protect the exit from the tunnels, in that if id were attempting to escape, the last line of defense would be the frozen few. And nobody who was sworn to the order would ever be allowed to go into those tunnels again. And that just meant that over time, perhaps with others outside of that, you see a couple entries of individuals having made their way to the frozen few, each possessing a shard, to then venture in. And over time, things started to change. And I'd say probably in the later pages, you start to get a little bit more of the experiences that were depicted from others who had gone in and that were pulled back out. But one thing remains constant. The travelers in the past who have arrived with a shard do not come back out.
Is there anything that clarifies how far into this exploration that people have not returned? Is there the furthest we've seen someone go in is this and come back?
They call it the maddening corridor. It is that first portrait you looked at. The one with all those tunnels, all those directions that one could follow in hopes of finding the hammer. And over time, either by exposure to the hammer's influence or from the creatures that lie in wait, the individuals inside were either pulled and forever kept in that state where they were perceiving time and space infinitely, or they were never recovered because there was nothing left to recover.
I think while Kynel is reading this, he to keep his hands free, almost made this branch-like sconce on his shoulder, a la War Machine turret that is holding the torch that he made with Brim. So he's kind of using that to light the books, and is trying to gain some level of feeling or emotion from all this really sad journaling. Cujo, I don't know if this is a you choice or a me choice here, but would Kynel feel anything out of this? With the flame so close?
Yes. I think, Kynel, what comes to mind is not the moment you awoke after the fire. It's when you realized that the person that you were charged with caring for, the person who was taking care of you, was gone. I think that tightness and that dread is what you feel.
Damn. Yeah, I'd say along with that emotional feeling of tightness, I think there is that typical, the vines that came out, made the sconce, almost kind of do this crisscross, start to do this crisscross across his chest. But I think before that happens, he opens the compartment and puts the journal inside so he can take that with him. And then kind of secures it, realigns the sconce so it's light in front of him. He's like, okay, excellent. We have more information about those who have died. Hopefully that will not be us. And I think he's kind of just mumbling this to himself off in the corner as he turns around to make sure anybody else is ready.
I will say, with that instinct roll, there is one last portrait you find. It is of a grand hall, but the sconces are not lit. The windows are lit with the winter air outside, casting a gray color over the room. There is a long table with all sorts of papers and journals and portraits and pictures. And there are 4 individuals in various spots around this table. You see an individual holding a torch that's emitting this gray flame. You see a smaller creature with a mask, huddled in the corner, gesturing with a skull in their hand. You see an individual standing proudly, but with a hint of concern, perhaps, across their face. And then you see an awoken in the corner, holding up a portrait and looking fondly at it. You see a portrait of yourselves in this room, and at the very bottom, scribbled, is a single word: Founders.
So chat, that's fucking rad. I think he picks it up and starts to look at it deeper. Is it quite literally us, or is it more symbolic? We see that, oh, there's a mat. It is us. Okay. Is this worn and torn? This has been here for a while, or does this feel like this magically appear? Okay. So prediction.
This has a layer of dust on some of the edges of the canvas.
I think he will turn around and walk it over to Brim. Whatever he may be doing in preparation in this moment, it's just like, excuse me, Brim, it would
Yeah. And he's pacing back and forth looking at the maps.
Yes, take your time.
Oh, no, that was upside down. Yes.
I believe we have been preordained. And just kind of hands you the photo.
Oh, shit. Oh.
You know, I did have slight concerns that the people of this town, area, hill, whatever we will call it, were a little insane.
Mm-hmm.
But would appear to some capacity, this future has been predicted, and it has included us as something far more important than perhaps we considered.
What does it mean by founders?
That I do not directly have an answer for. So we can either guess and hypothesize, or if we wish to ask someone who has been here, perhaps we can get some clarity. Or we march forward and figure out for ourselves.
I fear as though if we want more secretive answers from them, they might not be forthcoming about it. But also, if we want the source of the truth, we know where that is.
And perhaps we have some questions for the hammer.
Yeah. Or the shard.
Are you holding it right now? Like you have the bag?
Yeah, it's in his, it's in the drawstring, ye old Nike bag that, Stax carries along with them on this journey.
I don't think Kynel waits for you to confirm. I think he kind of reaches behind you and like doesn't open the bag, kind of just like grabs it to pull it closer to him, like, "Excuse me, Shard, we have a question. Are you awake?" And kind of jostles it on your shoulder.
You don't hear anything. You don't see anything. But there is this breeze that rolls in. And it's a small gesture, but it's enough to let you know something responded.
Of course, now it wants to fucking play coy.
Perhaps we shall circle back later. It would appear the Shard is out of the office at the moment.
Or perhaps because it's in such close proximity to others of its ilk, it's now relying on the ways of communication of the others. Aloofness, touching you in dreams. Wait, that's not the way I want to say that. Reaching out to you in dreams and such. Ignore the first part that I said. Also, can I have my bag back? It has all my shirts in it.
Yeah. There you go.
There's also, like, golds and potions, but those shirts... Like,
Very important. I can understand. Especially up here in this frigid cold. You should probably put some on.
I'm wearing clothes.
Multiple layers is important.
I think Brim is probably wearing like this large mink fur like cape, almost looking like something out of like what Thrag wears in Invincible, that like covers most of his body, but because he's not transformed, it looks like this massive, wizard sorcerer's robes that kind of cover over and drape and flow on the ground. But when he becomes bigger, it will be more fitting. But he's just kind of sitting in it like a kid wearing his dad's robes. Okay. Well, time to walk into the greatest trap of our lifetime. Unless there were any other objections, suggestions. Looks over to Mare.
Brim, what drives you?
At this point, answers. I want answers. But unfortunately, we're walking into a trap hidden within another trap. Blind.
Do not let your fear consume you, or I will consume it, and you will be left with nothing.
But I have more than fear. I have hope in all of you that we can do this. Fuck a prophecy, whatever has been declared. We can find an answer. And if there isn't one, we'll make one.
I give you the predator handshake.
He moves the coat out the way. Yeah. It's very fuzzy.
Such a small bit, but I love it. All right. You all steel yourselves and step out of that grand hall where that Drakon stands nearby. Oh, it is time?
It is
Yes.
time. Sorry, it just reminded me of the Lion King. Yeah.
Stacks, now is not the time.
Oh, it's not the time?
It's-
Oh, I'll
no,
be here.
it's
honey.
time.
No, forgive me, Drakon friend. This is more of our friend talking in riddles and pop culture references that don't make sense in this time period. Please continue.
It's a
I saw
play.
a play once about lions.
Oh, The Lion
It's
King.
still-
No, that is timeless. We all have seen it. It's our favorite movie. Outside of Into the Woods, featuring.
You don't have animals to
Meryl
eat, but you
Streep.
do. You don't have animals to eat, but you do have broadcast television. That's weird. Okay.
You all
Just
Are
with one
led.
DVD.
Old car DVD player that's just mounted in like the grand hall.
It's Laserdisc.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's definitely old enough that you just every time they turn it on, you just hear
Ooh, I can
Um,
almost hear the DVD.
You all are so dumb. You all are led through several halls to what looks to be a large cavernous opening into the mountain itself. And it doesn't look remarkable. It doesn't have ambient light. It doesn't have a metaphorical red carpet. It is just a tunnel opening that this castle has been built around. And you all start to step through. It is here that we're going to take our 10-minute break. So, ooh, I'm so excited. For those in chat, thank you so much for tuning in for tonight's finale of our first ever chapter of Sagas of Anima. We are going to take a quick bio break, so get yourself a snack, get yourself a drink, take your medicine if you haven't. We'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Be right back, everybody.
Galarian is a world in metamorphosis. Old gods lay slaughtered, their bodies raining blood that feed the mortals, while false gods return from their crypts. The spirit of different nations combusts in warfare, as antiquated ideals of order are challenged by new ideas. The future of all tips back and forth, while fate struggles to see through haze-choked horizons for what is to come. In Belkzen, one man dares defy his people's past, a past that haunts every soul and nightmare of the Orcish people across all of Galarian. Some can hear it coming, hear the wind whispering of a forgotten tyrant, now returned. Ardax the Whitehair welcomes one and all to a lavish festival, but behind these invitations lies a passionate and desperate need. The need for unity, the need for peace, the need to change the fate of all kin and their holds, or else. Chaos is but a choice of an action. The future, a child begging to be born. When what lies ahead of you wears a faceless mask, gather your wills and forge through the Destiny's path.
And welcome back, everybody. So, when last we left off, our heroes had begun their trek into the tunnels where the Divine Hammer is said to be. I would now like for Brim to make that instinct roll with advantage because of your various beneficial equipment pieces and spell work and whatnot.
Got it, and I'll spend a hope to get a +2 for my arcane researcher experience, and then I also have advantage from my lore
Okay.
born feature.
Allure born. I like it.
Wow, that's terrible. Great.
No.
That's a 16 with fear.
Okay. Thank you for the fear. So it's not that you get lost. It's not that you don't have that energy to focus on, because as you open your senses and open your mind to the environment that you find yourself in, it's the best way I can describe it is that there is an itch in your mind. This little presence of, what will I see? Will I see somebody else? Will I see myself? Will I see other futures, other timelines? There's this little bit of an anxious itch as you begin to move through this tunnel. As you do, it's maybe not as fast as you would hope, but as you fully weave through several tunnels, you periodically can hear just sounds. Nothing humanoid, nothing that vocal cords could make. But you just sense the presence of something just outside where that torchlight is illuminating. And that you know you are not alone. As you are all now officially in the tunnel, I would like everybody to give me stealth rolls. You are going to have advantage because of the torch.
I would like to stay out of the torch so I can have actual advantage, because I actually do better in darkness.
Okay.
Stealth will be presence roll.
Question. Sorry. Go ahead.
Stealth. I think that would be more finesse.
Bet.
My question I know you said we get advantage. Much like how Mare is trying to stay out of the torchlight, is this more geared to us not being seen or not being heard?
Seen.
Okay.
Just gonna get the book out because Danny threw his arms up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, only asking because I have light foot, in which I naturally move silently. But got you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Kinda.
Hey, what's poppin'?
Did you get curious? Yes.
I did double ones. I rolled the one. I'm like, fuck, that's so bad. I'm like, oh wait, the other one's also one.
Nice.
With the +5 for the advantage with Lightfoot.
I got a 16 with hope.
Okay.
I got a 12 with hope.
Okay.
And then I crit with 2s And I got a 2 on my d6 as well, so it was 2, 2, 2 all the way across. Yeah.
Is it weird? I kind of want to give that another ultra crit because that's 3 of a kind.
That's kind of wild.
That is a little.
Excuse me, Critical Wool. Could you explain the wooling for
Mr. Critical Role?
Mr. Critical Wall.
Okay. Give me a second. Okay.
Kynell and Brim, the stealthiest boys in the neighborhood.
So, you all begin to move through. And as you are following where Brim is leading, there is periodically, almost like clickers in The Last of Us, this little this pause in the sounds around you. But then those sounds return. For a moment, Mare, as you were staying outside of the light, as you creep around the corner, you almost come face to face with something otherworldly and horrifying. This creature, it's not quite corporeal, it's not quite ghostly, it's somewhere in between. This gelatinous, translucent, dark gray matter where one eye opens, and it is a deep, deep, deep purple. You stand for a moment directly in front of this thing before, I will say, Brim, because of the 222s, you reach out and coax Mare into the land, into the torchlight, and that eye closes.
After we move on for a moment, Mare just goes,
They are things of great beauty.
I think a little flame appears on the tip of Brim's finger. And kind of like when you have like a flashlight moving around in the dark and you can lead it to like write letters with the after image of it. He just starts writing out like, what the fuck are you talking about? As he's trying to stay quiet. It's just like,
I love the idea that it's not WTF, it's what the fuck are you talking about, Mare? We need to be...
You just see the little orange eyes. You see the pupils just dilate as this little flame goes up, and she's like,
I love this group so much. You guys are going through a nightmare tunnel, and we're still finding humor. I love it so much.
Stacks feels all the attraction leave his body at that moment.
Yeah. No, you know
"You're
what?
a furry. It's okay."
What? He didn't even
Anyway.
know you were a catfolk.
So you continue onward. And it is here that you come to the... Shut up, Daryl. You arrive at a central chamber where there are many tunnels that you can see all around you. And that portrait did not do it justice. There are about a dozen pathways that could branch off from this very room. But you have Brim with you. Brim, I will ask for another instinct roll with your advantage and whatnot.
All right, I'll do the same thing as last time and try not to roll like dog shit.
I mean, you did it.
Okay. E. 29 with fear.
Okay. Thank you for the fear. It takes a while. As you all wander and slowly climb quietly, you can hear more of those sounds, and you know that whatever is near you is very large. As you move to the entrance of these tunnels, as you do, you are going to find the tunnel to move through. However, I'm going to ask everybody for a presence reaction roll. This is going to be with advantage because of the additional protection that torchlight offers you.
And I wanted to ask before I make that roll, how close is Brim to? Are y'all?
I imagine you guys are kind of operating very much like a small pod, just moving through.
Because of the danger.
Presence reaction.
Yeah, and because of the danger, I just didn't want to interrupt the role play. I want to use Hallowed Aura for that roll that Brim made, so that instead of fear, he rolls with hope.
Shit, cuz you ain't said nothing but a word. I'll take that back.
Okay.
So, how that it's manifested before. He did this with Mare, where in the darkness, anyone that is paying any sort of attention to Stacks, his eyes in that moment kind of focus on the person that is kind of rolled with fear, and you see the purples of his eyes just kind of flash just a little bit, and it switches it from fear to hope.
Okay.
And presence roll, you say? Got it.
Yes.
14.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
You said with advantage?
Yes. Okay, now was that with advantage?
I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Hey, another Yahtzee
Buckle
roll.
my shit.
That is a 16 with... That's the hope die. So, yes, 16 with hope.
Okay. Kynell.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you blink, and for a moment you feel that you are not in this tunnel. You are somewhere else. Your form has changed, maybe gotten a little bit older, and you stand across from somebody that you would never see, or you thought you would never see again. What the hell is this? What have you done to yourself? This isn't what I wanted. This is a... I thought you were built and made of finer things. This is... I left you for this long, and this is what I get. I wasn't there to make sure you were. What a waste. This individual,
Mm.
this loved one, does not look at you with the same warmth. They do not look at you with the same love or care. They look at you as a disappointment.
I hate it here. I think there's this like a stammer as he's this moment of shock, expecting to never see them again. This moment of like warmth of, oh my God, I do get to see you again. And the absolute dive bomb of that heart shattering reaction of coming as far as he has and being where he's at and feeling that he's become this disappointment. I apologize. At no point did I believe I would be a disappointment to you. I've grown so much, and I wish to make you proud.
Yes, I'm sure you truly wish you could. That's what I get for leaving things in somebody else's hands. I think there's a reset somewhere. And that is when you are brought back.
That crisscross vine across the chest just gets thicker. There's more vines taking it over. It wraps horizontally. There's almost just this intertwining twigs going in between one another, getting tighter as he just like snaps back. That faint inhale and exhale, less sharp than it was at the masquerade, but faintly there. Oh, hello, friends. Is everyone all right?
Yes. Did you leave us?
I believe so. I wasn't here, and I suppose it was just an illusion. I think my circuits are playing tricks on me, and I'm okay.
I know. What do you feel?
I think I feel depressed. Drastically. And I don't like this at all.
You are amongst friends, and we will protect you.
And if I'm able to, if anything like that happens again or attempts to, I'll try to counterspell it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. For my own clarity, am I of no use to this party?
You are the greatest use that we have. You are our canary, Kainal.
Also, even if you didn't have a use, you'd still be our friend, and that's all you needed to be.
I think his head turns to Stax with a dim light in his eyes.
Thought we were already friends. I don't need you to do anything but be my friend. Do I have to confirm that every goddamn time?
Sometimes affirmations are great. They remind us that we
Jesus
care for one another.
Fucking hell. I didn't think you were a friend. I would have asked you to fight, but I know you don't fight.
You
Well,
do
I don't
fight your
know.
friends.
You prefer to protect and care for. Listen, bud. We don't get a lot of interaction outside of a snarky comment or two, but we are good pals. All right, I express more to you than I express to most. So if I have to confirm friendship, yeah, you're good.
It's not this slow movement of his arms. It's this just gravity falls into you for a hug. Says, "Thank you all very much. I appreciate this. I feel okay now." I think he backs away from Stacks.
He pats you on the back. He goes, "All right,
we can give more hugs out of the death tunnel."
Yeah,
Of course. Thank you.
As you say that,
He looks over at Brim just like,
so quick number check. LB, you had a 16. Daryl, you also had a 16. Daniel, what did you have? 22. Mare,
Hello.
as you turn back and continue forward, you feel something like in your face, something like brush against your mask, and you instinctively reach up and kind of push it away. And as you do, you feel branches. A bush of some kind. And as you push through, you are in the forest that you called home for a time with Kofu. You have someone very important with you. Someone who wanted to see how you lived when you were away from the family. Pele is with you. She says, "Oh, really? This seems a little unfortunate. Was there an actual domicile of some kind that you stayed in? This is quite barren and depressing."
No, I slept on the ground or in the trees.
Oh. Well, I suppose in some ways that could be comfortable. You didn't even have like a blanket?
We are covered in fur. We do not need blankets. You simply roll upon yourself and bring your tail in. And you keep yourself warm.
Not all of us were born with wonderful body warmth. It's at this point, almost like TV static, suddenly appearing into view. It's Kofu. Yes. Pele is terrified. Her pupils go wide as she just slowly, makes sure her feet are planted enough that she can bolt if she needs to. What is that?
That is true fear. Do you feel it?
Yes.
Do you love it?
No. No, I should very much like to go home now.
Do not move. Stand your ground.
The thing about it is that she actually does. And that's when you step back into yourself.
He's playing tricks on us. Keep your constitution.
Okay. As he realized he missed another opportunity to cut his mom, he's like, I'm going to put bells on all of you. I don't know what else to do.
You will never put a bell on me.
Follow the light.
Just be
Follow
pawing it the whole time.
Keep walking forward.
I have a fun fact about that for after the stream.
Stacks. You are walking with everybody And then you hear waves. You smell the salt of the sea. And for this, it's like you fully fall back, and then when you're supposed to impact, you wake up in a bed. It's nighttime, but it's always nighttime here. You don't know how long it's been since you've seen the sun, but there is a particular feeling of dread as you instinctively reach up to feel a certain spot on your neck where 2 pinprick scars now are. And peeking in through your window is someone you've not yet met. He has closely cropped hair, pale skin, the elven features give him a very fair appearance as he just peeks in. Hey, how'd you take your sleep?
You said I do feel the pinpricks?
In this moment, it's like you recognize this as somebody annoying, irritating, but you can't do anything about it. There's something about them that means that you have to deal with them.
Was this you?
Hmm?
Was this you?
Oh, it's a bit of a wild night. Yeah, maybe. I will say thank you because I got to actually go out into the sun for a little bit, which is crazy. Seriously, haven't experienced that in like a century. But I don't know what it is about the whole like divine blood thing, but like it kind of warded off some of my like, you know, handicaps, if you will, on my side. So thank you for offering. I really do appreciate it because it's great. I'm really glad you came back. Really missed you.
Came back.
It's then that you realize that you are in bliss.
Yeah. Fucking come back here.
You'll get used to the dietary change. I will tell you that. It might seem a little awkward at first, but you do really get used to it. It turns out you kind of get a little bit more out of it than you would with like regular food or like protein bars, whatever you eat in your mortal-ish life. You actually get to pick up emotions too. Man. It is a trip.
Well, for me, it's heavy on the ish.
Oh, well.
And I would not. I would come back here. You don't even like to fight here.
Well, yeah, we just kind of hang out and party every night, so.
Boring.
And it's as you say boring that 2 things happen. 1, the irritation you feel make your canines extend. And that's when you snap back into your body.
Yeah, no, not you. Never you.
Brim turns around.
He says,
think
no. Shit.
Mare realizes what's happening. She turns to Brim, and her hand just comes straight across your face.
Mine?
No, Brim.
Oh.
Dodge.
I didn't get my vision
How high
yet.
did you jump a full foot in the air? Just
I'm a cat.
That's what I was thinking. Just like you just fall.
I just like parkour off your leg and then slap Brim in the face.
I love that in your true form, you just go actual full cat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm concerned about stealthily moving to this place.
No, I just think that you're about to use your. We all got visions. You did not get one yet.
I'm fine. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, is when
Yeah.
you are saying this with excitement to somebody else. You are back in the conservatory. Things are much different. People were walking on eggshells last time you were here. There was a whole coup, if you will, among the staff, among the administrators. Halloween made a play to be the headmaster of the conservatory. But you saw to it that not only was that attempt met with failure, but that Halloween was expelled. Completely removed and cut off from the conservatory in all ways. And now you stand in front of a few students who all look to you as you have this excitement at something that you wish to show them. And they turn to each other. Where are we going? What's happening? Are we not giving lecture today? I thought we were supposed to learn about the hells a little bit more.
I've got a question, Kuja.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, with rolling a 22
Mm-hmm.
and having seen every single person go in it before it, am I lucid within this vision?
Yes. I will tell you mechanically what these numbers meant. If you rolled low, you would witness something awful about a potential future. If you were in the middle, maybe not the best, maybe not the worst, but it wasn't particularly remarkable. And if you rolled high, well, that's a good future.
If
So
you
this
allow.
is, go for it. Yes.
Knowing this and feeling this in that moment, Brim would like to try to hijack this connection that's happening between the hammer causing all of this and feeding this vision, to try to hijack that projection of the future, to try to project what future allows them to halt the hammer for right now, to give them more time, and what that possible future looks like.
Roll your hope die.
1.
I'm going to say that as you sort of take in as much as you can of what you can learn from this vision, you learn that this must be within 2 years of your current moment. And I will say that as you try to manifest a future where you delay the hammer, it's like right when you get to a good moment, the moment stops. And I don't mean that you snap back into your body. I mean that you are trying to manifest what it looks like, and this future quite literally freezes in time, except for you.
Mm.
Why are you trying to do this? You can just hear this voice sourcelessly among the halls that you stand in.
Because the games are reserved for children, which is essentially what you think of us as. I'm not here for games.
Well, then why don't we stop playing them? And as you step back into yourself, everybody else, Brim was walking almost like clouded over expression, perfectly moving through and around and under and over the bridge. Brim hasn't said a word for about an hour, until, Brim, when you come to, you all stand in front of the door. And as you stand there, that perfectly smooth piece of metal that blocks your way, a small split starts to open as a light emanates from within. Inside, you can see a chamber with a very large deposit of some sort of material. Not quite platinum, not quite silver, but it's in the center of this room. Congratulations. You found where the hammer is.
Boy, you got that look in your eye that everyone else got.
Yeah,
But it was like an hour.
they didn't like what I had to say.
What did you say to it, Brim?
I didn't play along. I tried to gain control of its ability to peer into possible realities. To try to find a way to stop all of this. It didn't work. But the projection of my possible future was trying to sweet talk me, essentially. Give me what it believes I think would be an ideal future. But it was wrong.
Well, we find ourselves here. Now what?
We make our own future.
Well, I can certainly get behind that. Please. And if the door, is it continuing to open, Guja? It's kind of just that.
At this
break
point,
room.
it has fully opened at this point.
Cool. Yeah, that I think, I imagine within this hour of Brim being in and out of it. Kanel was just like, I am the canary. I have to take care of this. It was like very much on Brim's ass to make sure that he didn't like walk anything. But now it's taking a step in front and we'll walk through the door before anybody else.
Okay. As you all step into this chamber, this deposit sits before you, and that itch and the vehicle,
There's a motorcycle in here.
riding by.
Good luck,
Thanks, I
adventurers.
guess.
Them the founders right there.
Guys riding on the Arctic snow.
I thought no one lived past
God
this.
damn it.
Oh, that's Billy Bob. Billy Bob the Ancient. Billy Bob the Ancient. He's a great guy.
Hey, what's up? Want a
Person on the
beer?
motorcycle-
Anyway.
That person on the motorcycle will never know they were part of our Daggerheart game.
As you all step inside, one of you instinctively just looks back at where you had entered, and the break in the chamber where the door once was is gone. And slowly apparating on that deposit, it's like a shifting mirage before eventually it settles into an image of a humanoid. This individual wears a black and gold suit vest with a red cravat, long brown hair tied in the back with a red ribbon, and in their hands is a book. Well, you don't seem to enjoy the possible stories in your future, so I suppose we can have a conversation like adults. So, do you want to start talking, or shall I?
Well, you're the one who led us all the way towards this journey. Actually, no, let me start with a question. How many more pieces are there?
That remains to be seen, and I mean that literally. I mean, there could be 10. There could be 200. There could be 5,000. There could be 3. I would say in this present moment, where we're at, you see that their eyes sort of focus. There are 12. Whether or not they all make it back here, well, I could divulge that information, but I have a feeling that you wouldn't be satisfied with that, so.
As long as we know it is not the last piece that needs to be reunited.
It is not. If we were to place beginning, middle, and end in terms of the hammer's reconstruction, you would be in the middle.
What's the point? You're a tool. Who could even possibly use you? Something used you.
Mm.
Are we putting you together for whatever can use you, or are you just like, oh, they're gone, I'm just gonna pop off and do my own thing now?
No, we're preparing for them to return again.
Just in case, or you think they will?
No, they will.
You hope, or you know?
They gesture
Like
to
I
the
said,
book.
That's your thing.
Mm.
That's your view of everything. You don't know that one's. You couldn't, because you were the tool they used to make.
I think there's a disconnect because we're
Probably.
approaching this. We're approaching this at incorrect level, and I apologize because I believe that's on me and how I handled my communication with you. I'm not speaking to you as a human with thoughts, feelings, emotions. What am I going to eat in the next hour? Hey, am I going to get to a decent amount of sleep? What vacation will I go on? Will I be able to kill Professor Halloween? Will I be able to ensure that my love and adoration of fear remain even while my family suffers? Will I end up in bliss? Will I find a purpose? Who knows? Will I ever find her again? I don't have these thoughts. I don't have these worries. I don't have these goals. So when you say that's your view, you're literally talking to the thing that made you all. If there's anybody who is an expert
that's the point. Oh,
on what comes next, it would be me.
but the main point is that you're a thing that was used by someone else to make something.
Sure.
You were a part of it like what we were a part of it. Someone else had an
100%.
idea.
Exactly. And I am here to ensure that that idea remains on course. That is my job. You're right. I'm a tool. I don't like that
Was
term.
a part
but
of that also you shattering into a billion pieces, or did the sentience that you just kind of had say, "Oh, I need to come back just in case"? Maybe that was a part of their plan as well.
I'd say that was a pretty welcome side effect.
So you're doing your own shit.
Yes and no.
Just
Am I
slow from
operating?
Downtown.
The frustrating thing is that I know more when more pieces are returned to me. All I know is that this was intended. What comes after is intended. All of it is here. Every story ever told, every story ever written, right in here. And so, as much as you might have your animosities towards me, that's the truth of it.
Is there a story where you banish yourself to a new world and start over and leave this one to its own devices?
No.
Why not become your own creator in another world instead of being a tool? Used like you're attempting to use us.
I am here with a very specific purpose. I am here to reassemble so that a new world may be created. That is what happens at the end of this story. A new world is created. I am here in the meantime to witness.
And then you just go to that new world.
Well, is the
I
new
think
world
we're asking
literal
the
or
wrong
metaphysical?
questions.
Like,
Pray
do
tell.
we survive the new world being created? Or do you not see that far without the pieces? Is there a bit of a block?
Princess Metu, you were speaking.
Are you the hammer?
I'm a spokesperson for the hammer. I am here to catalog, to witness, to chronicle. And if you choose to make this decision in an attempt to banish the hammer, you will have succeeded, I believe. You will have complete and total free reign over your world, but you will be left with a world that is filled with so much pain, so many deaths to come. If you leave the id unchecked, it will grow stronger. And if you do not accept the hammer's help, the likelihood of you and your world surviving is very small.
When we spoke, you said it was about balance, but wouldn't in completely destroying the id, you would destroy balance?
I suppose everything does need a little bit of chaos, but in portion. You need the trials to occur in a story in order for there to be growth, in order for there to be a lesson learned. The balance comes from checking the growth of the nothing, checking the influence of the id.
Then what do
the
we...
story that you're telling, who are you predicting is keeping them in check? Perhaps we, as the founders, are intended to be that balance.
That comes after, actually. You see, I am here to ensure that the story continues on, and this story was presented to me by 5 brilliant individuals. People with endless imaginations. People who willed this to happen. You are correct. It is from this point that the hammer will have enough strength to ward off the id from its presence, ensuring its safety, but in return, it does entrust you 4, well, soon to be 5, with a gift, an ability to dispel the id. A much easier way to handle it, if I may add. You would be
I
granted.
suppose you don't have a full level of clarity on what that power would be. Because that's the come
That-
after, correct?
Correct. As infuriating as that may seem. But if you wish to take your chances, then you should know that the hammer does have safety measures. Safety measures to ensure that the story continues. And if you mean to banish it, there will be something here. Something that you will contend with. The very spirit of the hammer itself, however incomplete it may be.
Where's your handle?
He is not the hammer, Stax. He is a chronicler, someone who watches and listens and does not affect the story at all.
I do a little bit here and there, but not all the time.
No, I just
Typically, I
wanted
just
to
like to let things go as they will.
We were collecting pieces of the actual, like, the hard part. Where's the hammer?
Brim
Where's the
sits
handle?
down. He starts loudly, like, moving some crates. Okay.
Whatever fate that we become later. The question is now. We are to return this peace. Yes?
That is. Yes.
I'm sorry, but what of all the other possible timelines and possibilities where it's not us who are here, it is not us who complete the hammer, it's these kingdoms, powerful beings and entities of this world. Well, I believe one is on its way right now. All of these things that want the hammer for itself and its power. You don't seem too concerned about that. And I think that's odd.
Luckily enough, in each of these potential timelines and futures and what have you, it always comes down to 5 individuals who choose to step up, who choose to take the allure of the adventure in an attempt to set things right that brings them here. Even if one of your great kingdoms wanted to involve themselves, it always comes down to the heart and the belief of a small few.
Well, that's mighty convenient.
I do not believe in fate.
I feel as though the ability to see has blinded you. And it has not opened your eyes to the possibilities that have not yet existed. And that something or someone will come. Stronger than any 5. And claim this power for itself, for annihilation. That is the antithesis of what you would like. To have every single thing unmade, nothing, a blank canvas.
The choice is yours. I am merely here to chronicle, but if the very thing that keeps me here is removed, I suppose that is rather exciting. I leave it to you. You're presented with the hammer's will, its wishes, its dreams, its desires, its future goals, however foggy they may be. But far be it from me to question the will of those who are on the ground.
Would anyone like some tea?
Sure.
I think we should have some tea.
Oi. Actually, I won't say it out loud. I'll write it down. He reaches into his bag and brings out full of a quill and parchment.
The hammer is just a thing, a very powerful thing, and though it has its own wants and desires, we are the ones on the ground, and we will carve the fate.
Stack's hand slides the folded parchment over to Brim.
Oh, thank you.
And on
Can
it,
you pass me some herbs? Thank you.
Herb Bay.
As he's tying up these pouch for some tea, he starts to read the note.
it simply says, "What if we rescatter all the pieces?"
Ties it back up. Places it back inside of like this little on-the-go kettle. This tiny little kettle. Starts taking just some pieces of paper nearby. And then doesn't even read what's on it. Starts putting a little pile and makes a little fire to heat up and start boiling the water inside. War.
That's all he says. He just goes, "You say what or war?"
War.
Oh yeah, people are fucking morons.
War. And I think he just waits for the water to boil and just let this moment sit for everyone to contemplate what's happening and just slowly pour everyone a little cup of tea.
I have a question. Do I sense anything from this being?
Make me an instinct roll.
Can I give the help action by spinning a hoe?
I'd say because
since I have my arcane sense in detecting all the signatures that we've been across with all our journey. Hey, champ, add a 1 to that.
Thanks.
Don't spin it all in one place, man.
I was definitely gonna try.
don't spend it all in one place.
I'm just gonna throw all these out real quick. It's a trash can.
There's a 17 with hope.
Okay. With a 17 with hope, this individual before you doesn't have, well, there is a fear. And while it is a fear, it's not presented as one. It's presented as a minor bit of anxiety. An anxiety centered around stories, other chronicles, where something went left instead of going right, and they have had to step in. And that little bit of anxiety, those little bit of nerves that are starting to build, is of whether or not it is feasible to continue doing so, or if it makes more sense to let the stories tell themselves regardless of their involvement.
Man,
Yes.
hands you a little cup.
Take the little cup.
Important decisions, as they say, should not be accompanied without a little tea. Is
We
it terrible?
stand.
She lifts up her mask, sips it.
You did not let it steep long enough.
I also got it from the sailors, so I bought it.
Enjoy some
I did
Darjeeling.
I did some arm wrestling competitions and won some. They didn't have money to bet, so we bet items, and some bet tea bags. So,
We stand at a crossroad, Brim.
indeed.
But perhaps not quite yet. What we do today will not determine the fate, but what we do in the future will determine ours.
Very much so.
So for now, Chronicler, I do not think your presence is required.
Well, if I've learned anything of late, it is to know when it is time to step away. I might keep an eye out, maybe an ear out, but I will respect your wishes. This is a decision you must make for yourselves. They give a little acknowledgement, and in that bow, there's this breeze that rolls through, and the chronicler has disappeared.
That was a sweet fucking vest. It's a well-dressed hammer.
So, now what?
What interests me, what they said about us being gifted the ability to fight back against the id. But that requires placing the shard, which would then also activate defenses for the hammer, giving us time to acquire the other pieces. But we are still at a table, and everything is unclear.
What we need is more information and time. Putting the shard back will give us that. If it gives us power, then all the better. I've been spending a lot of time on our voyage, thinking about what I want. I want to be left alone in my swamp and scaring villagers. That's what I've always wanted, ever since I found fear. But another thought came to me. What if I could bring fear to those that feel nothing? That would be quite a fun adventure.
Any stacks? No, please. Don't let me interrupt.
Please,
No,
Cardell, you were
good.
gonna say something.
Right, well, then he has stacks. But I'll be the one to say it, Lady Mare. That's a rather twisted way to look at things. However, I believe it's with some level of good-heartedness towards this world. Though I don't believe spreading fear is the best way to go about things. I think the moment we hand over the shard, we're giving away potentially the decision of our own futures. I think the longer we hold on to this, and the more shards we choose to collect, if that is the direction we wish to take, I think not only grants the hammer more power, but also ourselves.
Also, keep in mind, the more pieces of the shard that we collect, the more of a target is on our back, and the more easily traceable we are by different entities. Just carrying this one has brought along many stragglers. There is no way to move without being seen.
As far as what I want, the part about it being able to defend itself, and also the fact that there are more shards out there. None of this entails us necessarily finding those pieces. This is just the beginning of something else. It never said that us giving it this piece ensured that the new world will be created. It's just a step forward in that, perhaps, because it still needs the other pieces. We were just foretold to bring this one. Granted, I'm sure this is a milestone, but you can't forsake a future you're not sure of to begin with. And as I was saying before, or at least at what I surmised, the bloke down that we met by the door had so many journals full of so many possibilities. None of them were really guaranteed. It was just a possibility. Yes, we were a part of it, but it was just a possibility. I don't believe that's fate. I think that's just guessing with a lot of the variables, because you were kind of there when the thing that made fate, I guess if you can call it that, created it, and now you kind of think, oh, because I was a part of this, I know everything. But even he just, fuck, that wasn't the hammer. Shit. Okay, the joke's getting stale now. Yes, the chronicler doesn't know everything, so the hammer doesn't know everything. It just writes shit down. So it all comes down to who fucking knows, which is kind of my whole thing. I kind of go full forward passionately into the unknown. But I will acquiesce to the group. But I do not see us getting out of this with the shard either way. Even if, and I'm not saying we die, but there's something waiting for us, a divine. Do we know that's a divine? Oh, out of character, we know that's a divine, right?
Greed? Oh, yeah.
Yes. There's a divine waiting for us on the other side of things. Which, though I'm pretty sure I hurt it very badly, who knows what else it could fucking do. I mean, it already threw ghosts at us, and that was in its, I'm assuming, weakest state, and it kept coming.
So then,
Greed consumes, but it is tied to fear. I think the question before us now is not whether we deposit the shard or not. We deposit the shard, but it is what we do after.
agreed. I think the best course of action is for us to head towards the conservatory. If we want answers and research across multiple fields, that can get us answers towards elder beings, entities, as well as ways to commune with the divine. More divine.
We will also need to convene with the earth. Kainel, if you choose to come with us. I would like to say you'd be a great asset, but I think you will also bring us great comfort.
Well, I wish to do nothing more than that. So, of course, you'll have my heart, soul, and every bit of contraption I can for protecting this world. It's what I'm born to do.
So we get our answers, and then the time starts, the clock starts ticking.
And I guess now would be a good time to mention odd people, roving though they are, we tend to spit out a few others like myself. So within that, there's knowledge of the divine. I'm not the only one that's the embodiment of something. There's that one weird cousin.
Well, it's a good thing we have a ship.
Oh, that wouldn't help you find them.
I mean, for setting sail.
Oh, God, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Who has a ship?
We do.
We did. We took one
A
here.
ship that is on the lake?
They can get us another ship, I'm sure.
So we don't have a ship, is what I'm understanding. Okay.
It was a
will-
royal ship, and your
Yes, we'll
princess.
have another
Give me
ship.
the- Give me the shard so I may return it and fulfill my family's promise.
Wait, was that a thing?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Okay,
That
yeah, it's
happened.
coming back to me now. It's coming back to me now. Sorry. NPCs are killable. I don't care about the backstory. I'm joking.
Jesus.
I'm joking.
Branwen just died. Who knew? That's so crazy.
Yeah, she, if she can, she goes into the bag and takes a shard. No, okay. She's going to walk up to this chasm that is before us.
Such a small thing.
It sails through the air until, like a magnet, goes directly to that deposit of that other ore. And you hear a ting. I'm going to take us outside of these tunnels. I'm going to take us far above the frozen line, where we can see the mountain range. A pulse of pure light passes through the mountain range. And in that, several things are seen as these small, tiny little bits of shadow at the entrance of the frozen few, greed with bloodied arms. It should be mine. And he doesn't get a third slam as that energy wills the divine away. This would be known as a magical and divine mystery. Word of this event will spread. People as far as the common health, bliss, and even those in Twin Drake will become fascinated by what was described to have happened within the frozen line. Belief systems over the frozen few will be shattered. But in these tunnels are 4 individuals who have been gifted with an ability. An ability to eliminate the very thing that gives the nothing their power. And that is their inability to feel. What these individuals do next, we will have to explore, as somewhere in this world, the chronicler reads that page. And turns it. And we see the words Chapter 2 on the top of the next page. It is here that we are going to end our first chapter of Sagas of Anima. And we will see these characters return for Chapter 2. Because these stories are not done yet. So, I want to genuinely thank my wonderful cast. You all are incredible founders. You all are incredibly intelligent and talented and beautiful, creative individuals who I have loved sharing this first chapter with. I love sharing this world with you. I like seeing it grow and change. And I will venture to say that after Chapter 2, the Storyteller seat will be open. So I would like to offer that for Chapter 3. But for now, I want to throw it to our incredible and wonderful cast. Let them know who you are. Let them know where we can find you, what you got going on, and how we can support you. I would like to start once again with LB.
Hello, everybody. I thought of a last line for Mayor. It's a throwback to what the Chronicler was talking about before, and it's the road ahead is ready to be carved. Let's get active. Love you, Ian. I'm LB Hackup. You can find me at LB Hackup on Instagram and on Blue Sky. I'm Hack Recklessly on Twitch and on YouTube, where you can find me tomorrow night streaming some more Cthulhu Cosmic Abyss, which is a crazy fun adventure game. I'm very excited about it. It's murder. It's like a mystery thriller underwater where they definitely raised Cthulhu, and now we're just figuring out what's going on. I will be live on Sunday for a one-shot in the Fallout TTRPG universe in my beautiful setting of the 313, which is post-apocalyptic Detroit. If you want to see that, please join me on Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. We've got a lot of fun people in there. Indoor Adventure is going to be joining us. Ian will be there for that. We've got Daniel's going to be there also. And Bard's Tavern, aka Jacob, is going to be there. I am so excited to run these guys through a game. They wanted horror. They're going to get horror. That's me. I'm going to throw it to, I think I threw it to Danny. So we'll go Daryl.
Hello! I'm Daryl. I've played Stacks, and it was my wonderful pleasure. Cujo, once again, as always, thank you for having me. Things I'm doing is probably going to be on this channel. There are 2 games brewing, I will not say what, on this channel. Some are meeting for a Session 0 this week. Some are going to be pre-recording next month. That's all I will say about that. As far as literally all the stuff I have going on are pre-records. Some are for this channel, some are for other channels, and I can't really talk about them until we start posting media about it. So until then, just follow me on all things at Mr. _Daryl Dorsey. Or if you're people here that like literally in this call that want to know, hey, what are you doing outside of this channel? You can just ask me. I'll probably tell you. Y'all good. Shit. Yeah. That's me. That's your boy. Oh, check out all current episodes of Mass Effect Mirage over on Feywild and Out. Mass Effect is a game near and dear to my heart, and I got to play my boy Darius Okar, the one human on the ship. So please check out all the current episodes. We will be picking back up eventually, but for that channel, I will be running Vampire the Masquerade for that channel before we get back to that. So fun time. There's going to be a lot of Vampire the Masquerade in my future.
Yeah, you could say we're running on Hack Recklessly. We're going to be doing Vampire the Masquerade in September. So, and Daryl's
yeah,
gonna
I'm
run it.
running. I'm gonna. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's why I said I didn't want to say anything. Yeah, I'll be running Vampire the Masquerade for that too. It's I love it so much.
You heard it here first at this exclusive scoop.
I blame Blade, and now I shoot it over to my tag team partner, Daniel.
Hi, that's me. I'm Daniel K. Hargrove, also known as Daniel the DM, across all corners of the internet. Twitch.tv/Daniel the DM. I be playing games and running a podcast called Materia Hunters, a Final Fantasy podcast with Cujo. We have a new episode this weekend. Just got to lock down the date and we'll have an announcement out for it. Also, Tuesdays, we're normally doing Bitten on this channel, but guess what? Some people got to go to Gen Con, so instead we're going to be running a one-shot of Freelancers, which is my campaign frame for a high-octane sci-fi fantasy setting. So it's going to be a good time. Be there or be square. Twitch.tv/obviously Crit Hit Chronicles. All right, don't miss it. That's it. Passing it over to Danny.
Hey everybody, Danny here. I've been playing Kainel. You can typically find me at CGNAB over the internet talking about indie game news, reviews, whatever we choose. As far as dice rolling, the game's not formally announced, but if you want to pay attention to Folk and Myth on Monday night starting in August, hey, I'll be over there. So Bleak announced the damn thing. Yeah, that's all I got for dice roll right now. Thanks. Cujo, go ahead. Take us home.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cujo. I have been your chronicler for this evening. You can find me all over the place at the Cujo Plays Games, or you can follow Crit Hit Chronicles for official show announcements, updates, highlights, that sort of thing. As mentioned in previous streams, I will be at Gen Con running some Tales of the Valiant. There are still some tickets left, so if you are interested in rolling dice with me as your storyteller as we slay vampires, then go check it out, because it's going to be a ton of fun. Stream schedule. On Mondays, we have Destiny's Path Triumph of the Tusk. I don't know if there's going to be an episode on Monday because I believe PJ is doing San Diego Comic-Con, but he might be back in town. I just look at the socials for that one. As Daniel mentioned, there will be some freelancers, which I'm so excited for. Yeah, you, Daniel, you. Pretty much for Thursday, Friday, and through the weekend, we will be dark because Gen Con. But if you are a fan of my voice, you can go check out the award-winning podcast, The Road to Hell, from Messy Crit Productions, where I play Mason, who has a totally happy ending, and everything was great. What else? Keep an eye on the socials, because we're going to be announcing some more campaigns soon. And it's going to be great. We're pretty much stacked for the rest of the year. It's going to be great. But you can also check us out tomorrow night for Shadows of Baldur's Gate, our spiritual sequel D&D campaign to the award-winning video game. And it's going to be fun. There's lots of arcs, lots of big things happening this week. What the hell? But in the meantime, we can get a raid set up for Mazarel. Our wonderful Maz is playing some Expedition 33, a game I have yet to play because I have thoughts about it. But we love you. We appreciate you. Please be nice to each other. We'll see you guys in Chapter 2. And everybody have a good night. Bye, everybody.